We're at the Vail Living Well Forum, and joining us now we have Debbie Welly-Powell. She's the Systems Vice President of SEL Health. And Debbie, first of all, why are you here? Beyond the beautiful scenery, why are you at this event?
Well, I got invited to participate in this Vail Living Well program, and I was very intrigued by living well in Vail. Don't they already live well? And I was told there would be scientists and researchers really talking and exploring more in-depthly in these areas that are really quite costly to society. And being in healthcare, I have an interest in understanding those elements.
Well, what have you learned so far?
You know, I've learned more than I expected, to be honest. And I've learned quite a bit at an individual level for my own life and how I live my life in terms of wellness. And when I think about the topics that we've discussed so far around stress, around sleep, and how that influences lifestyle and the cost that it has on society, it is really impactful to me because I know that we spend about $3.5 trillion in healthcare annually in this country, and only 3% of what we spend actually goes towards prevention. And when you start looking at the fact that so many of these illnesses actually are behavioral and we can change them, that really calls attention to what can be done about it.
Yeah, and that could be so revolutionary and really turn things around.
Devoutly to be hoped, yes.
Okay, now, and that's why you're here. You're one of the activators. They invited you because you're going to be able to go forth and hopefully take what you've learned here. Tell us how you will apply your knowledge. What's your action plan once you get back to the office?
That's a great question. I think, and you know, we're just concluding now, and as I think about next steps for me, it's personal change. Mm-hmm. So it always starts with the individual. And I believe what I've learned. And when you believe what you learn, it becomes a mode in which you begin to communicate with others. And one of the things that I'd like to do is take this information back and ask myself who really needs to be here? Mm-hmm. Who needs to hear this message and how we link science and research and do it differently around our delivery system? So other activators that are running companies that truly as leaders have the ability to influence things differently, to make those policy changes, who needs to be here to get this message? So for me, it's about Jamie and John were great conveners, and I want to figure out who I can convene more to this event.
And I'm sure you've been to a lot of different conferences and different forums and seminars in your position, but what is unique about Vail Living Well?
You know, it's the scientific bent. It clearly is the scientific bent. I go to a lot of conferences around cost of care, access to care, quality of care, but we don't dive deeper into sort of the scientific research. We're sort of busy managing budgets, managing what it is we need to implementing healthcare reform. And so to take a step back and hear from some of the experts around the learnings and the links, whether it's biometric, whether it's lifestyle, and what are the things that can be done to make changes in policy, that's pretty dang powerful.
Okay, and what surprised you about the forum?
How nice everyone is. And what a beautiful setting, and the food's been fabulous.
Okay, that's enough. All right, perfect. Well, Debbie, we hope that you can really take this information and become an activator and really affect not only yourself personally, but professionally in your job and way beyond.
Yeah,
thank you for coming.
Yes, thanks.
If you want to learn more about Vail Living Well, you can check out vaillivingwell.org.